Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. It's the way that we rock when we doing our thing. Ooh la la la. It's the Hey everyone, welcome back to What's Happening. So some additional details have emerged about John Amos and the announcement that his daughter made the other day, stating that she got a distressing call from her dad last month, who informed her he was in the hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. His daughter said she was able to get him on a quick FaceTime call as she was out of the country. And now she did say that in the last few weeks, she had learned that her father had fallen victim to elder abuse and financial exploitation. So she started a GoFundMe as she stated that the money would be used to move John Amos to a safe, secure place where he can now receive proper care. The money would also be used, I think she said, for attorney fees because they do have to fight against these two individuals that exploited him, and also for medical bills. Now, his son did finally speak up yesterday, and he made a post on Instagram and basically stated that the GoFund was not authorized by John Amos. Now, he did not deny the elder abuse and he did not deny the financial exploitation. And people were questioning him. Someone says, "What's going on? Is he okay?" He responded, "Some water retention needed to be drained from his lower extremities. Let us know if you require any more details about your family." So I don't know if this individual is maybe a relative. So I wasn't quite sure what he meant by that. But also, so someone asked, so is this person who abused him? Because the daughter showed her face with explanation. I pray it was not his son that's always with him filming. That seemed to be exploiting him to me. Now, the son did respond. He says, "You will find out the real deal soon enough." Katie Rogers, a former caregiver, and her husband, Andrew Rogers, defrauded J.A. They are now on the run in Kansas City as they, or Katie, cared for him somewhat in Westcliff, Colorado back in October. When KC, he's talking about himself, showed up on October 31st to get to the bottom of this, the fraud couple went ghost. Now, he mentioned this in another comment on his page, but then he started talking about a movie that he's got coming out in October. I don't know, he was talking in riddles. It wasn't really making a lot of sense. He then responded back to his comment and said, "Note, Andrew Rogers goes by the AKA, the White Hacker, and is clearly connected to Proud Boys as one of their underlings." Then someone says, "I have no faith in the sheriffs bringing justice to Proud Boys without significant exposure. If you believe this crime is racially motivated even by a little, then you need to call Tamika D. Mallory for some direction." Someone else said, "Thank you so much for providing this clarity. I don't believe TMZ, period, but I believe you and your sister. Praying, please let your dad know how much he is loved and appreciated." And then someone says, "Wow, the daughter said elder abuse. The son put this message out. He may not have authorized the GoFundMe, but obviously something very concerning is going on." Now, someone else commented, "Just wanted to mention that the handle says John Amos, but the person who posted this is his son, KC Amos, not John." And KC responded, "Patience is a virtue. If you need information now, read responses above or go talk to the sheriff or just about anybody walking around Westcliff, Colorado." Now, John's daughter, who started the GoFundMe and she also went live, she said, "I will only stand in the truth." She says the journey towards the truth often demands our willingness to embrace the discomfort of unraveling falsehoods. And there seems to possibly be some discord between her and her brother. Like, he's refuting the fact that the GoFundMe was approved by her father. But she also said that letting go of toxic family is like reclaiming the pen to write your own story, no longer bound by the script of their dysfunction. So I know they don't follow each other on social media, But at this point, I just want to know who was responsible for hiring these so-called caregivers, and were they screened and vetted before they were hired to look after John? If this is true, these individuals that he stated are on the run now. But let's go back and take a listen to what his daughter said about the situation. And a few people that I talked to, they said they actually believe the daughter over the son in this situation. So let's take a listen to what she had to say the other day, and drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking.
Hello, Patrice. I don't know how many of you saw my Facebook post yesterday, but I'm sure there's a lot of questions. For those of you who didn't, I'm about to share. I'm currently in Memphis, Tennessee. It's raining out. My dad is in the hospital here in Memphis. He was traveling on business, from what I understand, and he called me and he called for help. And then we had a family member fly down to check on him because I was out of the country, and I got here as fast as I could. And in the last couple of weeks, as things have unfolded, we've learned that my father has been the victim of elder abuse and financial exploitation. And pretty much everything that was worth anything that was in his home is gone. It was really, really horrible. We're working with the Colorado Bureau of Investigations, the local county sheriff in Colorado where my dad lived. And it has been a really difficult time. I did a very emotional post yesterday on Facebook. I feel a little stronger today. He was up and talking today, which, touched my heart and gave me some hope. I'm still very upset and angry to know that there are people in the world that would do something like this to a senior citizen, to an older person. Especially if you know my dad, he'd give you the shirt off his back. He is one of the most generous people that I know, and he's always provided for his family, and this is devastating. We have a long road ahead of us. He no longer has home security, so we're going to have to find a safe place for him to live when he gets out of the hospital, and we're hopeful that he will. He's been in ICU, and I'm asking for your prayers, your love, your thoughts. It took me a lot to get out of my ego and out of my own way, and probably against my dad's best wishes because he's a very private person. But my family and I have pooled our resources, and we still need help. We need help to support him. Can you give me a minute? Okay, ma'am, I'm on a call. Wow, people, Karens are out today. Okay. I am in Memphis, y'all. I just left a diner and just heard like the worst good old boy conversation ever. It was, anyway, let me digress. I am in Memphis. I am in the South, and it is the South, and I can't wait to get my dad home and out of here. Whew. He is doing, he's got a long road ahead of him. Let's just put it like that. My dad is a very private person. He probably would not love that I have launched a GoFundMe campaign. And I've done so because we've pooled our resources, and I'm not quite sure what this lady wants. She's back again. We have pooled our resources, and we have so much that we have to deal with. We have to hire lawyers to pursue the suspects. I'm not at liberty yet because the Colorado Bureau of Investigations is involved, as well as the local sheriff's department, so I can't share too many details about who the perpetrators are. I can only say they were caregivers or a caregiver, and that's about all I can say about that right now. My dad is going to need extensive medical care and rehabilitation. We're going to have to relocate him into a safe space with long-term care, and we don't know how horrible yet the financial crimes were, but we know it's a lot. And so I am asking for everyone out there. I'm going to drop the GoFundMe link in this post. I will leave this on my page, and I will drop it in this chat in just a moment. And if you all would be so kind as to share it with your communities, with your friends, your family. If you don't know my dad, he's John Amos. He's the actor from Good Times, Roots, Coming to America, West Wing. He's been in over 200 shows. He has worked over 60 years in entertainment industry and is one of the most generous, loving people that I know. And I hate that my dad is going through this right now, and I hate that the hardship that it's put on my family. I will have to stay in Memphis until hopefully we get him released. And yeah, it's a lot. I'm gonna look at some of the comments real quick. Thank you, Bonnie, I see that. Francis, we need to stop yeah, we do need to stop elder abuse. I agree. I had no idea that well, actually I did. I do know that it is a horrible thing that happens in many countries, but in the US, and then it costs, I think people steal over like $8 billion a year or something like that. I think that there need to be better laws in place for elderly people. And if I can encourage you to get, I don't care how old you are, you should have your wishes in writing and have an advocate for you all the time. Unfortunately, my dad spent a lot of time in the hospital alone before we were able to really locate him and see him. And not having someone to advocate for you can really be detrimental. I know that there are people here who are going to want to talk to me and call me. Send me a text message. I'm kind of getting overwhelmed with calls between lawyers, detectives, investigators, my family, friends. So please send me a text message and I'll call you back as soon as possible if you're one of my personal friends. If you can donate, you will help us be able to retain the attorneys that we need for litigation, to pursue criminal charges. Unfortunately, one of the things that I've learned is that like Adult Protective Services has limited resources, and I think they kind of look at these things like it's a family matter, and they don't really respond the way they need to. I had been calling APS for quite some time, and now here we are. I think it's the same. I feel like it's the same with the police department. I think that, you know, they look at these things like they're family crimes. So what our lawyers will be doing is actually putting together the case and bringing it to the police because, you know, from what I'm learning, this has been going on for quite some time. And unfortunately, I was traveling and I had no idea that what I was going to see and what happened to my dad's home and all of those things would be part of our reality. I am heartbroken. I got myself together today. I'm trying to keep it together for this share. But we could really utilize your support, your love, your prayers, your good energy. And I would be super grateful for that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to drop the link in the chat and you all can read it and see. And please share it with your... Here you go. That's the GoFundMe link. I'll make sure that I'm going to put a post today, and if you guys could share that post. If you have any influencer friends, if you have any friends who you want to tag on that, please do. We want to get the word out here because we want the suspects who did this, the alleged suspects, to pay for what they did. This can't continue, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there because I know if I keep going, I'm gonna get emotional again. I love you all. You know, I hope that if you have parents who are living, make sure they have their affairs in order. Make sure you have someone appointed for their long-term care in the future. And And do that for yourself too. You know, at any age, it doesn't matter how old you are. None of us are going to get out of here alive, but in this lifetime, we should have the love and support. And honestly, what I want from my dad, my intention in all of this, is to give him a safe space to live for the rest of his life, however long that is. I just want him to be safe and to be with the people who love him and who care about him. Because clearly these people had other interests, and it wasn't my dad. He's 83 years old, and I think, like I said this on Facebook yesterday, the thing that hurts me the most is that anyone could have asked him for anything, and he would give you the shirt off his back. And the fact that they stole from him, and that they stole things from his home, and, you know, left him in those kind of conditions and dropped him off at a hospital, like, completely outrageous, completely egregious and outrageous. So please send my family lots of love and light and healing energy, and thank you for your love and support. I will do my best to go in the thread afterwards and answer questions. I'm gonna go by the hospital again and just check on him, see how he's doing, and try to get the latest information that I can. And I am in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a long ways from home right now. I live, you know, you all know I live out of the country most of the time, and completely out of my element here. But, you know, I know there's some good people here. I've met some good people here, and then they've been very helpful. And we have an amazing legal advisor right now that's helping us, and my whole family is being supportive, and we're all pulling our resources too. So please share this, and I'm sending y'all love and healing energy wherever you are. I will do my best to go through the thread and answer your questions, so just check back in a little bit. I'm gonna get going, but and I'll come on a little later and let you know how my dad is doing and give you guys updates. And yeah, please share, okay? Thank you, you all. Love you again, and have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Thank you.
So what are you guys thinking? Who do you think is telling the truth in this situation? Like I said, the son has not denied the elder abuse. He has not denied the financial exploitation. He just said that the GoFundMe was not approved by his dad. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, you guys. I thank you all for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Please give this one a thumbs up, and be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from what's happening.